Today, we're going to look at Talent LMS AI versus TalentCards LMS AI features. I'm going to compare the features that Talent LMS has added for AI course creation to creating card sets as online courses using AI and TalentCards. These are my two favorite internal learning management systems. What is an internal learning management system? Well, when you are creating an e-learning program or an online course to train your employees, to train your team members, to train your contractors, to train the people that serve your clients, that work for you, you will need to integrate an internal learning management system. This is what Talent LMS and TalentCards are built for, hence the name, Talent. They are also built from the same company. So the cool thing is, if you like the features of TalentCards and Talent LMS, you can actually integrate them together. They're built to work together, and they are built for different purposes. Talent LMS is built as a very customizable learning management system that you can use to train in a lot of different ways. It excels at helping companies that have multiple departments or multiple locations where they need to be able to segment the learning environments. Or maybe you want everyone in the Denver office to have their own learning environment, everyone in the Chicago office to have their own learning environment, everyone in the San Diego office to have their own learning environment. Talent LMS is very good at doing that and integrating gamification into those environments. TalentCards, on the other hand, is very good at mobile training. Mobile training. That means that if you find that your employees or contractors or team members are on their phones a lot, or if you find that they're accessing their training most of the time mobily and they're on job sites, they're with clients all of the time, then TalentCards is an amazing solution for you. And if you like both of those things, or you have both of those things, you can integrate them together. Now, before I jump into the comparison, I wanted to empower you to go through it with me. I have links below this video to a free unlimited trial of Talent LMS and an unlimited free trial for TalentCards. What does an unlimited free trial mean? How TalentCards and Talent LMS do things is, instead of limiting you based on time, right? So instead of giving you a 30-day free trial or a 60-day free trial, they don't limit the time. With the links below the video, you can get access to Talent LMS, access to TalentCards, start building out your online courses using these AI tools. And once you are ready to roll these out to your teams, once you've had the time to test what you're creating with up to 4 other learners, because how it works is Talent LMS and TalentCards, they limit you based on users. So you get 5 users in both of these trials. You're one user. And then the best way to do it, and this is what we recommend our clients and students do, is to use the other 4 users as learners to test what you're creating. Now, what if you're a small company? Maybe you only have 5 total people, including yourself. Great. You can create the training for free, and you can use the learning management system for free. This is why we love Talent LMS and TalentCards. That being said, their AI capabilities are very different. So once you grab that free trial, the link below, we're going to start with Talent LMS. So sign up for Talent LMS, create that account, log in, and this is what you're going to see. So Talent LMS has 2 interfaces that you can use. So first difference between TalentCards and Talent LMS is you can access TalentCards AI immediately. With Talent LMS, you're going to need to make sure that you have the new interface set up. So this is the legacy interface. This is the interface Talent LMS has had since they started. They've been making tweaks to this until 2024, when they created a new interface. Which the new interface is great, but when you initially log in, you're most likely going to see the legacy interface. Now, depending on what you're doing in Talent LMS, I personally find that it's easier to do some things using the legacy interface, which is this interface, and other things I prefer doing in the new interface, or for a while, we're calling it the TalentLMS Plus beta interface when they were testing it. So if you're doing things with branches and groups, I highly recommend you do it in legacy. It's a lot easier to do, at least as of the recording of this video. But with AI, you can't even access the TalentLMS AI capabilities without going to the new interface. So we're going to start by going to the new interface. Then it's probably going to ask you to activate it. I have activated it, so I just go to try now. But you're going to have to activate the interface. I'm going to go to try now. And now TalentLMS has opened up the new interface. Now this interface is much more modern. And with it comes TalentLMS's new AI course building tool. So we're going to build a course called LMS Extreme Bootcamp. If you have been watching any videos on our channel lately, you will see that I have been creating all these courses with LMS Bootcamp in them. That's because, drum roll please, it's because I'm launching a course with the working title LMS Bootcamp very, very soon. So I'm just messing with the name. Here we go. So we're adding a new course. What we're going to do now is click on Add and go to TalentCraft. TalentCraft is what TalentLMS is calling its new AI course creation engine. And I personally love what they're doing with TalentCraft. It's a very new feature. As of the recording of this video, it's literally less than a month old. And here is what we see when we open up TalentCraft. We have 4 different options. This is also very different than TalentCards. With TalentCards, you have one option, and I'm going to show you that in a bit. But we have 4 different options. We can start from scratch. We can import from a document. So you can use a document from your computer and transform it into beautiful content using AI. You can just generate AI from a layout that suggests intelligent content generation and create stunning, polished, and content. Or you can use a template. Today, we're going to briefly go through all 4 options, okay? Starting with from scratch. Here's what it looks like when you start from scratch. This just looks like a basic generative AI interface. So if we go to ChatGPT, this is what it looks like. Yeah, here it is. Very similar. Except we are in a learning management system. So the generative AI within TalentLMS is aware of course creation. And the generative AI is well-versed in a program called Rise 360. What it appears to me that TalentLMS has done is they're licensing the technology of Rise 360 from Articulate 360, the authoring tool, and they have combined it with generative AI. Pretty cool. So what we can do is we have all these different options, right? We can add text, add a list, photos, videos, or multimedia, documents, charts, all these different things, okay? For all these different options, we can add a button, okay? Or we can just click on AI and ask it to do something. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm actually going to start with create a page about. I'm going to say overview LMS Extreme Bootcamp course, focusing on helping people select, implement, and maximize the value of their LMS. Start creating. So it's creating this from scratch. And this is super powerful. And whenever you use AI in course creation or in anything, the whole point of using AI is to prevent you from getting stuck and to shortcut the e-learning and online course process, the creation process. That's why we created our online course, AI eLearning Unleashed, to help you build and launch your online course or e-learning program in record time and never get stuck again. That is why we created AI eLearning Unleashed. That's why we use AI in our e-learning. So here is what it created for us. Created this heading, Understanding the LMS Extreme Bootcamp course. Has a image that it created using AI, literally added LMS Extreme Bootcamp into the image. Pretty cool. Purpose of LMS Extreme Bootcamp course is to equip individuals with the knowledge and skills needed to effectively select, implement, and maximize the value of their learning management system. Key features, comprehensive modules, hands-on learning opportunities, expert guidance, post-course support. We have a quote. Here's all the modules in the course. Module 1, 2, we have 6 modules. We even have a step-by-step process here. We have a multiple choice question here. Which of the following is a practical skill imparted to the participants through the LMS Extreme Bootcamp course? Submit. Boom. Correct. Expert guidance and support. Just create all of it. If I was to actually use this for this course, I would want to, first of all, change the person, because right now it's talking about third person. So we want to change the point of view of the course, Understand the LMS Bootcamp course. Like this is the course, right? So I would change how this is written a little bit. I would take out some of the stuff. I could probably take out this question. I don't really care about asking them about what they're going to learn because it's all here. I don't really care about assessing that. I'd probably add and take away some modules. I like this a lot. Got select, implement, maximize. I mean, those are the 3 things. Yeah, I mean, this is great. This is all created with AI. Now, let's look at what happens when we use a couple of these other options, okay? So we have our TalentCraft unit. I want to add another unit, but first I'm going to rename this. So this is from scratch. Now, let's go to TalentCraft. Now we're going to create using a document from my computer. I don't have an outline for this course yet. I'm going to grab an outline for our course AI eLearning Unleashed. Open it up. Let's see what it does. Here we go. Maintain content similar. Focus on key details. I'm going to go to high. Go start. Let's see what it does. So it's literally taking the document and building out a learning module based on it. We go, welcome to AI eLearning Unleashed. One thing you need to be aware of with AI is it likes to spell things wrong in images, at least right now. Same thing happens in TalentCards. When you get there, you'll see when TalentCards generates images, images look great, but it tends to spell things wrong. This says online course C. Our online course C, and then don't even know what these say. These don't say anything. This is probably another language. Okay. Educational revolution with Kajabi. He's talking about, here we go, empowering training with Talent LMS. It's just going to keep going. Kajabi, Learn Worlds, TalentCards, Talent LMS. Okay. Well, that's what we talk about here. Generative AI to shortcut your course planning process, get unstuck using generative AI. Then we go through Kajabi AI, Learn Worlds AI, TalentCards AI, TalentLMS AI, then our course recap. So it pulled all the main things in here, just didn't really do much with them. So what does this mean? This means that TalentCraft is really good at taking a document and whatever's on the document, expressing it in course form. It's a really short document that we gave TalentLMS. So when you're using this document import feature, shorter is going to be better, and having it build shorter modules is going to be better. Giving it the entire course, I have a feeling that it will struggle. It struggled to provide in-depth, and I even picked add to the document by picking it low, medium, or high. I picked high. If I was you using this, I would keep it very simple what you're importing and use it kind of as an outline for a module, not an outline for a course. So that is the second way to use TalentCraft. Let's rename this to document import. Okay, now let's go to the next one. TalentCraft, create another module here. Generate with AI. Now this can be very similar to the from scratch. Only difference is we don't have any other options. We're generating the whole thing with AI. So I'm going to say the same thing. LMS Extreme Bootcamp Module 1 LMS Selection. Start creating. All right, AI, what do we got? Okay. Started by adding some text. So we got a heading with some text and an image. Then we can edit the text. So I click here. We got table of contents. We have introduction to eLearning and learning management systems. Okay. Pretty rudimentary. I don't like this use of TalentCraft right now because it's pretty limiting. Now, what options do we have? We don't really have any options. I can't do much to this. I can mess with the elements we already have, like I can delete this image. And now here we go. Now we can see it. Now that we deleted the image, we can see all of this. Go back to Extreme Bootcamp here. Now we're basically just back in the from scratch. Okay. So this is generate with AI. So the from scratch is probably my favorite use of TalentCraft. But let's go to use a template. Use a template works too, because what we're going to see here is it's similar to from scratch, but we're going to pick a template to start with. So we're going to go remote working tips. Here we go. And now we have a template to work from. And we can go through and change stuff ourselves, or we can ask generative AI to add to it. So we can say, write about LMS implementation tips. And now it's going to create it as a new section at the bottom here, okay? So if you want to work from a template, that is an option too. Still, my favorite use of TalentCraft is from scratch. So this is from a template. Okay. TalentCards only gives us one option. Okay. And for those of you who haven't used TalentCards before, TalentCards creates courses using card sets. They're not called courses, they're card sets. It's kind of like flashcards. The user experience for your learner is very much like social media. It's like YouTube Shorts, it's like TikTok, it's like Reels on Instagram. Let's look at what options we have here. We go to create a set. And we're going to give it a name, LMS Extreme Bootcamp. I'm going to give it a description too. how to select, implement, and maximize the value of your LMS, or I'll just write it out, learning management system. Okay. Now it has an option of creating an instance set or creating from scratch. Now in this case, if you choose creating from scratch, that means you're doing all the creation. The only way to get TalentCards to use the AI capabilities is to actually, where this robot is, say create an instance set. So no matter what, I recommend just in general, when you're creating a course of any sort in TalentLMS or TalentCards, you may as well start with the AI. Have it give you some ideas, then you can supplement it, and then if you get stuck later on, guess what? You can ask AI to help you again. So we're gonna do create an instance set, continue. Card sets topic. It says it's only gonna give us 5 since we're on the free. Now before I go any further, remember to grab your free trial, your unlimited free trial of TalentCards linked right below this video. Sign up for an account. So you can pause this video, go do that, and then you can follow along with me with using generative AI within TalentCards. Okay, so LMS Extreme Bootcamp, we're gonna get 5 single-sided cards. If we were paying, we would get 20, which is phenomenal. But 5 is a really good start to lay the foundation for what we're creating in our course. Okay, go generate. And it usually does this pretty quickly. Okay, so now it's given us 5 cards. Welcome to LMS Extreme Bootcamp. Define learning management system, explore key features, understand the benefits, and learn how to create courses in an LMS. Now, I'm actually going to make some changes here because I want to show you how everything builds on each other. Okay, you could just leave it like this, but how TalentCards does AI is very different from TalentLMS. TalentLMS, it's like all in one swoop, right? So you do the prompt and it does the thing. In TalentCards, it's taking us through a process. It's like, let's first use AI to create the cards, and then we're gonna use AI to create a quiz, and then we're gonna use AI to create the images. So it's like this iterative process, and you can always add to the process. So I'm going to add cards to customize what the AI does in the next step. So welcome, define, that's fine. Create courses. I'm actually gonna delete card 3 and card 4. I'm actually gonna delete this card too, just because even though the first card should be a welcome card, since I only get 5 cards created for free by TalentCards, I'm just gonna add a welcome card later. So define LMS, understand the benefits, then I'm gonna say how to select an LMS, how to implement an LMS, and how to maximize the value of your LMS. Now the reality is, if I was actually creating this course within TalentCards, I would break it into multiple card sets. So I would have a whole card set on LMS selection, then I would have a whole nother card set on LMS implementation, and I would have a whole other card set on maximizing the value of your LMS. So I'd most likely have at least 3, maybe 4 card sets that then I would put in a learning path or a sequence, a learning sequence, and that's how I would deliver the course. And I'll show you what a learning sequence is in a sec. But let's go to the next step here. Now we're going to generate a quiz, a 1-question quiz based on the cards we already have. Now, if you were paying for it, it would be a 5-question quiz. So generate quiz. Here we go. It's going to give us 1 question. What does LMS stand for? Learning Management System. Great. This is fine. This is actually a decent question. Now I can add more questions here if I want, or by the way, you can add cards and quiz questions later on once we finish this AI sequence as well. So don't worry about having to do it here. Now I go to continue, and we can use generative AI to generate the card backgrounds. Now, this is why I added my own cards, because I wanted to generate card backgrounds for cards that I actually want to use in the end. You can also use a custom background, but we may as well generate these backgrounds using AI. Now, this takes the longest, and it even tells us. This usually takes 3 to 5 minutes. I say understand. We'll come back to that. Now, like I said, if I was really building this course out in TalentCards right now, I would have multiple card sets, and I would use the generative AI to help me build out each card set individually. And once I have those card sets, what I will do is actually drag them. So you see how we have these different courses and how this one says edit sequence. All of these are just say edit content, because these are just individual card sets, one card set. This is 3 card sets, it says edit sequence. That's because what I've done is I've dragged them into the sequence. Now this has 4 card sets in the sequence. Now I go to edit sequence, and I can decide which order I want people to take these in. Now, these courses have nothing to do with each other. These are just demo courses that we've created to teach people how to use talent cards, and then we show people how to use sequences by doing this. But this is first, second, third, fourth, okay? So this is how it looks. If I launch the app, this is what your learners will actually see, okay? So here it has 4 sets. I click in here, and I only have access based on completing the previous card set. So here, I finished this one, so I have access to this one. Now I'm on this one. I have to finish this one to get access to this course or this set. So that's why I like to break things up. So it's like using card sets to break up your course. Now, we teach people how to create an A to Z journey for your learner. Point A is where they start, point Z is where they end up. The milestones that they hit along the way are the card sets in this case, right? So for this course we're talking about, that it just told me it's done. Here we go, LMS Extreme Bootcamp. We have selecting, we have implementing, we have maximizing the value. Selecting would be a milestone, implementing an LMS would be a milestone, maximizing value would be a milestone. Now, if you want to learn more about that and how to really make sure that your courses and e-learning programs are built for your learners, we have a free masterclass for you. It's linked right below this video. It's going to help you build and launch and get your learners to actually engage with your online course or e-learning program in less than 90 days. And save at least $10,000 in the process. In addition, we're actually going to finish the first 2 steps with you, which are the hardest 2 steps of course creation, especially now with generative AI. Once you get these 2 steps finished, you'll be able to use generative AI to take you the rest of the way. So sign up for our free masterclass linked right below this video. So here is what TalentCards has done with generating images. Looks like it actually did okay spelling things right here. Define learning management. Nope, this is not a word. So like I said with Talent LMS, when AI generates images, it doesn't do the best with spelling. But the fact that it can generate images is still really, really cool. Here, Learning Management System Bootcamp. I mean, this isn't anything. There's some random stuff here. I don't know what any of this is. But this is correct. Okay. Now I added this. So I added this card. See how I added this card? Well, look, and I can move this around. I can move this element around, which is pretty cool. Well, I added this card, and it made an image for a card that I added. You could have left what the AI already generated for what you can cover in this course. But you can also make the changes, and then AI is able to add on top of the changes. How to implement an LMS. This is actually pretty good. I actually like this image. This is probably the best image that it has created for me so far. Okay, next. How to maximize the value. This is a decent image too. And here's the pitch to upgrade. So this is TalentCards' AI generation right now. Between the two, TalentLMS's TalentCraft for course creation, AI for course creation, is a lot more powerful than TalentCards. But everything in Talent LMS is a lot more powerful than TalentCards. TalentCards is about simplicity and about making the best user experience possible for your learners to match how they're already learning. Your learners are probably already learning on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram Reels. So TalentCards' goal is to serve them content in that way. And as you can see, you can actually add video to these cards. And I recommend that if you are developing an e-learning program using TalentCards, to use it as a video delivery LMS. Don't just use it like this. Don't just have cards that say nothing, right? You can use this card, how it's already created, and then we can add a video about how to implement an LMS. We can pull it from YouTube, or we can upload it directly from Vimeo or another URL. I do recommend you upload directly, okay? Unless there's videos that you want to train your team with that are other people's videos, then great thing is you can pull them from YouTube and put them on a card. But that is the best way to use this. You use AI within TalentCards to build the card set for you, and then you put in the videos yourself and use it as a video-based LMS training system. TalentLMS, on the other hand, is going to allow you to build courses like you would build using something like Rise 360 or some other authoring tool. And it actually gives you all those tools within it now, so you don't have to pay for a separate authoring tool. You don't have to worry about exporting the SCORM, XAPI, or whatever file type you need to and bringing it into TalentLMS. Long story short, both of these options, both AI options, TalentCraft within TalentLMS and TalentCards AI, serve the audience that the systems themselves are best for very well. They add to the positives of the system itself. TalentLMS is a very customizable internal LMS. TalentCards is a very simple, mobily focused training internal LMS. Both are great systems. If you like both of them and you have the money and the need, you can integrate them together. Remember to grab your free trial of TalentLMS and TalentCards. You can use both of them for free. You can test them on your learners. If your company is very small and you have 5 people, then great, you can use these products for free forever. And then if you do need to pay for them ever, they're actually very low cost, high value learning management systems. So grab those free trials, and I'll see you in the next video.